Happy Heart Hugs Day! If a heart handshake is what a surgeon does to manually keep your heart beating, what could a heart hug possibly be? Well, it means it's time to get super snuggly and lovey-dovey with the people you really love. If you're a bit of a humbug, you probably won't be up for celebrating this super squishy day. But if you like hugs and cuddles, fist bumps and high fives, and telling people how much they really mean to you, then this day is all about you and those wonderful people in your life. Anybody who you love, anyone you think deserves some love, anyone you see as being a bit of an inspiration, or anyone you are just thankful to have in your life, but you maybe don't see as often as you would like, these are all people that could benefit from your happy heart hugs on Happy Heart Hugs Day. Surprisingly, this holiday was created by, or at least for, a dog. Archie Brindleton, a super happy French bulldog, inspired this day, presumably because as a dog he is full of happy hugs himself. Why celebrate this on June 28th? Because that's the day Archie's owners brought him home. Anyway, while that's a cute story for the owners, it's a pretty lame foundation upon which to establish a holiday. But the good news is that if a happy little dog from one of the most inbred breeds on the planet can create a special day, then anyone can. And that includes you too. Why don't you start a special day yourself? We all basically celebrate the same holidays each year. New Year's, Valentine's Day, Christmas, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and so on and so forth. A calendar tells us when and what to celebrate, and we follow the plan without question. Naturally, there are some variation for special holidays of religious or cultural groups, or celebrations and more personally meaningful days such as birthdays and anniversaries we share with friends and family. But why not get creative and start coloring outside the lines? Find something that's really special to you, and make a day to celebrate your enjoyment and appreciation for it. Pretty much all the happy days you've heard about this past month were started just that way. Someone had a passion or hobby or special food and wanted to share the joy it brings them with the world. Some of these days started locally and grew in popularity and scope. Others began on the national stage and trickled down to have unique activities in many locations. But they all started because someone or some group took action to share their passion. But you don't need to start a movement to get local, national, or global recognition to create a special day. Why not just have something that's special just to you or your closest friends and family? Anyway, over the past month, we have explored a wide variety of cool things that get celebrated, and if you look up the calendars of holidays, celebrations, and other special days, you'll see quite a list. But as long as that list isn't exhaustive. That list is growing, and you can be one to add to it too. So reflect on all the great things you've had in life, the people, places, and things you've seen, and experiences or activities, big or small, that have brought you joy. Pick one that is the most meaningful to you, and isn't already recognized by another day, and then find a date that bears some strong tie to that thing. Or just find a date that doesn't have anything else going on already and go with that. Who cares? It's your special day, right? At the very least, enjoy it just for you, or share it with your friends and family. If it's something that is more widely shared, you can expand it to your community, or try to get it recognized on a great scale. Either way, just create it, put it on the calendar, and enjoy it every year. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear about in the future, please drop a comment below, or shoot me an email at info@fitenable.net. If you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family, as they might find something that helps them too. As always, thank you for raising. Happy International Mud Day! Mud, it often seems like a nuisance, doesn't it? As soon as it rains, mud is everywhere, and it literally gets all over everything, especially those things we desperately try to avoid getting it onto. There are definitely no benefits a slippery, sticky, dirty substance could offer, right? Wrong! And the creators of International Mud Day are out to prove it. After all, mud is quintessential to the outdoors, and the outdoors mean fresh air and exercise, two of the best things for people. And so, what if we get a little dirty? Plenty of research has shown that coming into contact with a certain amount of bacteria is good for us. It helps build up immunity as opposed to living in a virtually sterile environment, which makes our bodies very vulnerable. Not to mention how many minerals mud contains. There's a reason why people pay hundreds of dollars for mud masks and baths at the spa. Plus, it's just plain fun to get outside and get dirty. How else would you explain the popularity of Spartan races and mud runs? Sure, there's a great feeling of accomplishment for conquering those physical challenges and obstacles. But there's also something to just letting go and getting down and dirty in all the great mud. It makes for some great photos at the finish line when all you can see of the person are bright eyes and smiles. And it demonstrates to many people that you are willing to do those things most others won't. You aren't going to let mud, sweat, and tears stop you, right? If you have ever been off-roading, you know you always need to come home with a little bit of mud on the fenders. It shows you've been on an adventure and that you aren't just driving a pavement princess around town. You've added a bit of character to your vehicle, proven that it has a stout heart, and probably have some great stories to tell too. Maybe it's because we spend so much of our lives buttoned up and looking the part we are supposed to play, or maybe it's just a yearning to get back to the carefree joys of our childhoods. Either way, there's a natural draw to this stuff that's almost irresistible. So go find some mud to enjoy. You don't have to get covered head to toe, but you can find a modest little puddle, take off your shoes, kick off your socks, roll up your pants, and take glee in the luxurious gooey feel of the mud on your feet. It's a short one today, but it's a nice little reminder that you're never too old to enjoy some good, cleanish fun. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email, info@fitenable.net. If you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family as they might find something in it that they enjoy too. And as always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy Social Media Day! Depending on who you're talking to, social media is either the best way to stay connected with everyone you know or the destroyer of civility, productivity, and attention spans. Let's just call it somewhere in the middle and recognize that it's here to stay. So, let's put on your rose-colored glasses and celebrate it, or delete all your profiles and get off the grid. Either way, social media is everywhere these days. Though the days of MySpace are long gone, we're constantly hearing about what's currently trending, that latest viral craze, and new scandals erupting and being forgotten every day on new and innovative platforms. Now, no doubt you have as many discontinued social apps on your phone as you have old styles in your closet. But just as you'll dive into the next fad because you can't find anything to wear, you can bet you're going to sign up for the next thing that lets you filter, share, and like your way across the internet. For better or for worse, social media has a major impact on the world. For many of us, it's how we keep up with our friends or family, even if they're on the other side of the planet. It has also played a big part in world events. Twitter was used to organize protests and report on events during the Arab Spring, for example. On a more shallow note, Twitter is a great way to keep up with what your favorite celebrities are up to. If we're honest, most of us use social media for less than upright purposes ourselves. We use it to show off our holidays and what adventures we had planned for the weekend. We know everyone presents an idealized version of themselves on social media, whether by de-tagging unflattering photos or implying their life is more exciting and glamorous than it really is. But that doesn't stop us from comparing ourselves negatively to what we are seeing, even when we know we are only seeing a carefully curated narrative. It's like going to an art museum. You don't see the thrown out sketches, mess-ups, and failures. You only see the final masterpiece. But there are also lots of reasons to love Social Media Day. It gives everyone the ability to have a voice where they can document their daily activities, share their opinions, and showcase their talents. It's also a great way for people to discover new things that they may not have been exposed to before, naturally. Social media opens up a world of possibilities for people, and that is something very exciting. Frankly, there's not much to say about social media that you haven't already heard before, and likely on social media. But the special day pickings were slim for today. Long story short, social media is a tool like any other. It's what you make of it. If you spend all day scrolling through endless posts of vanity, engaging in trolling arguments over nothing, and generally avoiding taking advantage of your own life, then social media will indeed rot you from the inside out. However, if you use it to build a business to give yourself the life you want, reach out to people who you can genuinely help and inspire, and generally provide things of value than consume trash, then social media can be an effective and meaningful tool on your belt to do great things. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email, info@fitenable.net. And if you don't mind, please share this with your friends and family as they might have something of value in it too. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy Joke Day! And happy July too. Yes, the year is officially halfway through, which is hard to believe. But while it's time to get serious and buckle down on what we want to get out of 2021, today is an opportunity to sit back and have a laugh at everything so far. Jokes have likely been told since man first looked at himself in a pool of water and passed judgment on his own complexion. We definitely have jokes from ancient Greece and Rome, even if the punchline doesn't really hit as hard as it used to. Do you think you're funny? Do you like to make other people laugh? Laughter is a universally recognized expression of amusement, and you can learn a lot about other people and cultures by their humor. We all know that jokes don't always translate well, and I've seen some go right over the listener's head, even when in the same language. But we aren't going to let that stop us on Joke Day. It's the perfect day to tell a joke to friends, family, or anyone whose attention you can grab to make them guffaw, groan, or giggle. Telling a good joke doesn't just put a smile on other people's faces, but also your own too. There's really no shame in laughing at your own jokes. They say that laughter is the best medicine, and a lot of people would agree with that. After all, there are actually a lot of health benefits that are associated with laughing. Laughter doesn't just bring people together, but also triggers healthy emotional and physical changes in the body. Laughter can help to protect you from damaging impacts of stress, diminish physical and mental pain, boost your mood, and strengthen your immune system. Nothing works more dependably or quicker to bring your body and mind back into balance than a good old laugh. Humor also keeps you alert, focused, and grounded, as well as connecting you to others, inspiring hope, and listening and lightening your burden. Believe it or not, it can also help you to forgive sooner and release anger too. You may have also heard that laughter is a good way to burn calories, and this is also true. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should replace going to the gym with laying on the sofa and watching your favorite comedian on Netflix. However, one study concluded that you can burn around 40 calories if you laugh for between 10 and 15 minutes each day. Over the year, this could be enough to lose around 4 pounds, surprisingly. So, if you're worried about how to land the best jokes, we have some tips to help you deliver like a pro. First, have fun. If you're not having fun, how do you expect your audience to laugh and enjoy themselves as well? Communication and personality are also critical. Comics light up the room before even telling a joke because they are emotive and present. Also, you need to know your audience. After all, different people find different things funny, so keep this in mind when you're thinking about the sort of jokes to tell. And finally, confidence is key. Your stage presence, even if you are not on a stage, can be the difference as to whether your joke lands or not. And getting the timing right. This is something that is linked to confidence. Some people rush through their jokes when they are nervous, and this can throw everything off. Anyway, go out and do your best to make the world laugh. You might not get everyone rolling on the floor laughing out loud, but I bet you can at least crack a few smiles. If you have any questions about today's topic or anyone you'd like to hear in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email at info@fitandable.net. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able. Happy World UFO Day. It's Friday before a long holiday weekend, so let's have some fun. UFOs used to just be the stuff of the silver screen, conspiracy theorists, and guys with extra hubcaps and a camera. But if you've been paying attention to the news the past 9 months or so, you'll have heard that the Pentagon has finally admitted to decades of UFO sightings by naval aviators all around the world. The guy next door with the tinfoil hat doesn't seem so crazy now, right? And who knows, maybe the CIA has been reading your brainwaves all this time too. Anyway, World UFO Day was organized in 2001 and was put together to bring together enthusiasts of UFOs and the evidence they've all gathered to support their existence. Knowing that the possibility that we'll one day encounter other intelligent life in the universe is practically 100%, they knew it was vital that people started having the dialogue about their arrival long before there was accepted proof that they arrived. If you're looking for something to do this evening and none of your friends are calling, why not celebrate World UFO Day? Go watch some sci-fi movies and have some out-of-this-world treats like neon green punch and ice cream shaped like the head of an alien. You'll know you celebrated this day to the fullest if you can't go to sleep tonight because you're worried about abductions and probes. Even if you aren't a hardcore believer like Mulder and Scully, you may enjoy the idea of UFOs and aliens because it makes our universe a bit more fun. Most of our days are spent doing the exact same thing day in and day out. Get up, go to work, eat some leftovers, scroll through Netflix indecisively, and go to bed. We almost crave something that breaks us out of the monotony of the mundane. Just look at the major IPs and franchises from the past 25 years that have had worldwide success. We are like kids in a candy store for stories, whether that's books, movies, games, or whatever, where someone ordinary like us has something happen that makes moves them into a more extraordinary world. Whether that's Peter Parker getting bit by a radioactive spider, Harry Potter getting an invitation to Hogwarts, or Bilbo Baggins getting a knock on his door. Yes, these are fictional characters in already extraordinary worlds, but in those worlds they were ordinary people who became aware of the extraordinary. Same applies for us here in our perceived reality. UFOs are a tease that there's something out there that makes our world more extraordinary than we currently experience it. The same thing goes for ghosts, zombies, angels, demons, magicians, and superheroes. Whether inspiring or terrifying, they are all things we can imagine existing in the same world we do, and that gives us a thrill. The possibility of it simply makes the world we inhabit feel more fun. The actuality of it may be a different matter entirely, though. So, be careful what you wish for. Anyway, just over a month ago, I made a video about commitment and stated I was making a commitment to doing a daily video each week. Well, at least for this past month, I'd say I succeeded. I hope you also made a commitment to yourself to do something for June, and that you are now able to celebrate that accomplishment. It's been fun doing a happy day topic each day, and they've been a nice summer treat. But as we start heading towards our fall running season, I'm going to be structuring these videos differently to hopefully provide you with more information that will help you perform your best starting next week. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to talk about in the future, please drop a comment below or shoot me an email, info@fitenenabled.net. And if you don't mind, please share this video with your friends and family, as they might hear something in it that helps them too. As always, thank you for racing with Fit and Able, and have a great holiday weekend.